Hey y'all, I told y'all when something new come out about Mesha and Adria, I was going to come and do a video. Now I know these women have been all over and there's been a lot of talk about them in the last week, with them getting into it and Adria coming for Mesha and them kind of going at each other, and Mesha, from what I heard and what I see, she's not showing her face recently. I don't know what's going on, and I really don't care. That's probably her best bet, not to show her face right now, considering the damage that has been done between these two women. There's enough damage, and she probably should keep her face off of YouTube or any platform for that matter, considering the nature of what they did. It's horrible. So, yeah, something new came out. And I wanted to show you guys. I told y'all every time something new come out, I was going to come back and give y'all an update with anything that was significant and worth showing. So yeah. So as of, I believe it was yesterday, the lawyer that is representing the Jane Doe that Mesha claimed to be, and the crazy part is I'm still seeing comments from people saying, well, how do you know she was saying that she was that Jane Doe? Did you not see the interview? Those pictures was put in front of her and she said that was her, that she was that Jane Doe. I mean, it's F people is making excuses to still validate this girl and validate her story. Like I said before, I do think that both of these women, Adria and Mesha, are victims of something. I truly believe something happened to them, because I can't see how anyone that is completely sane would make up such a dramatic and horrible story that can affect so many different people besides themselves. You're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. No, who does that willingly? Okay. Well, the attorney for that specific Jane Doe came forward on Twitter yesterday and released a statement to let people know that basically Mesha is not his Jane Doe. And that is the person that's representing the Jane Doe in those images that's sitting on Diddy lap with the D&G shirt. Yeah. Wigdor is her attorney. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I already showed proof. I showed the affidavit. On the affidavit, you see that is the attorney at the bottom is Wigdor. Okay, so we're gonna look at that today. So I'm gonna start off by showing you, and my face is gonna get blocked out, but I'm gonna show you Wigdor's website. This is the law firm that is representing that Jane Doe. This lawyer or this law firm also represented Cassie in her case against Diddy. And everything in this video is alleged. Let me just say that. But this is the attorney that represented Cassie. And we're going to scroll down so that you guys can see me actually go to his Twitter. I'm going to click on the Twitter. And it's going to take me here. So do you guys see that? Do you see this? Do you see this right here? This is a statement that he put out. So what I'm going to do is close that out. And now I'm going to open up this window so you can see it in full screen. This is the statement that he put out from Wigdor Law Firm. Okay? A woman has recently come forward claiming to be our client, Jane Doe, who asserted claims of gender-motivated violence against Sean Combs, Harv Pierre, and others. She is not the individual we represent in the pending lawsuit. Our client's identity remains confidential. Okay? So I hope you guys got a chance to see that. I just showed it to you. And it's clear as day. He finally made a statement. And that's what I've been waiting on, because, who better to tell if Mesha is that person or not. And she's the woman that came forward saying that she was that specific Jane Doe. She's claiming to be that Jane Doe in those pictures for that specific case, okay? So this is something that I wanted to show. Let me put it back up so you guys can see. And just in case you want to see it, it's on his Twitter. And you know, this is his accurate Twitter account. You can go to the Wigdor website, scroll to the bottom, click on Twitter, and it will take you to his Twitter post that was done 1 day ago. And all these people say victim shame and this and that and the other. I know it's bad people out here in the world. We all know that. Some people is heartless. They don't care about others. They have no sympathy, empathy, or anything, right? We know that. But I don't think that many people would have came forward, including myself, claiming that Mesha was not that specific Jane Doe unless we really felt that. So for me, my whole goal, I can't speak for everybody else, my whole goal was to protect the actual victims. I felt that was important. It was clear to see from the beginning of the interview that I knew something was off. Even watching the interview, I said, nope, that's not her. Her story it doesn't add up. The images don't add up. So I did when I did my homework. We've been talking about this story, seemed like now 2 weeks. But for some reason, you know, new stuff is consistently popping up. There has been so much drama behind this whole story. I just feel like people should be held accountable for this. This is not something that people should get away with, in my opinion. And if they do, I hope that they learned a valuable lesson. You know, that you just can't play with fire like that. It's actual alleged victims out there that need people to stand up for them. And if you got people like that coming forward, making up lies and claims that they know are not true, unless it's like a mental thing going on, I realize that could be an issue. But it's also the responsibility of the content creators that is putting this stuff out and doing these interviews. I feel like so many people exploited this story, and it's ridiculous. And from day one, I was just only trying to tell people, hey, that's not her. Pay attention. You know, do a little bit of homework before you just dive head first. On top of that, imagine how many people that have been victimized out there that was triggered by this horrible story that she told. And where was, I wonder if she got that off the top of her head, or did somebody coach her to say those things? Because there was some horrible things that were said. And whoever did that, those are the heartless people who ever took part in her doing this. Didn't care about the people that they was triggering, that went through trauma in the past. I found that extremely foul. And that's all I was trying to say from day one. People came in my comments, like I said, talking their stuff, honey. I really didn't care, because it was like, either just tell the people, nobody else is saying it. You're going to have to deal with the, you know, people coming in and say, hey, you wrong. You shouldn't do that. You know, but either do that or ignore it and not say anything. Some people are so comfortable with just jumping on board with everybody else because they don't want to stand on their own 2 feet. I couldn't do that. I needed to tell people, especially when I seen that it was a situation where it was a blatant lie, and people they was spending money. They was sending money to this girl, and it was a lie. On top of the fact that it's a real victim out there, or victims, that will see this possibly. And you're claiming to be that? That is horrible. And the content creators that exploited this story, shame on you. Because you knew better. You can't sit here and tell me you don't know better. Because some of the people who exploited this story, knowing that it was a lie, I even seen content creators saying, well, I don't know if I believe or not. Come on now. You've been up here doing, how many interviews have you done in the past? You know better. You were supposed to do your homework. You making money off of this was more important than the victims or even these girls or their mental state, because that could play a major role in this. It could literally just be their mental state. especially Mesha. Especially both of them. I'm not going to take anything away from Adria when it comes to that, because I feel that that's an issue for her too. Very much so. But from day one, I just felt that she was taking advantage of this whole story and situation. And she played into this story back in somebody she knew was alive. Honey, we didn't talked about all this already, so I'm not going to stay on that story. I just wanted you guys to see this for yourself. This is proof. I hope that you guys can see that now. And I thank you guys for coming to watch my video. Until next time, I'm out.